Moss Reacts. This is a video by Golden Rogue Minis. I definitely suggest going to check this out. A link in the description below. Yeah, definitely go check this guy out. He makes good content. But of course, first, thanks to my patrons, Baron of Dice, and Why Barian? Wah. So, I haven't actually seen this video yet, so let's check it out, man.
So guys, Real Boys 1 LVO.
Hey.
Gavin Grieger.
What a handsome devil. Just saying.
Obviously, into Age of Sigmar competitive, you will probably have heard his name. He's a world-class player, very, very good. But yeah, Cruel Boys came first, and I wanted to just share my thoughts on it. Obviously, we're coming off the back of the recent nerf, pretty brutal. But then, obviously, straight after that, we've got a big win at LVO. Why I think that is. So, first of all, it's a monster killer spam list. We've got Swamp Horde Bullies, obviously, because anything else is it. Scourge of Gyran, Killer Boss on Great Gnashtooth. Obviously, we're always going to have one of them. Too good not to. Scourge of Gyran's got Eye Biter Ash and Backstabber. These are two artifacts that you basically never ever see. And probably the only reason he's took them is because they're free. They're the free one.
Here's an interesting question. In this list, if you had to pick either the Swamp Staff, if you had 30 extra points, what artifact would you choose if you only had 30 extra points? Leave your answer in the comments below. I'm curious what you think.
And having something is better than having nothing, I suppose. Well, this is bang on 2,000 points, so he obviously couldn't fit any other better artifacts in. He's got Reinforced Gut Rippers, Reinforced Gut Rippers again, Marsh Call of Slogoff, even. And then second regiment is Merknob of Belcher Banner. Presumably he's sitting in the tower. 3 units of monster killers. And the next regiment, Regiment 2, so this is his third drop. Swamp Caller Shaman of Popgrot. 2 more monster killers.
And then 5 more monster killers.
And then a reinforced unit of Bolt Boys with the Scare Gob Totem. The 3 drops, which is not ideal, but whatever. 3 drops, that's 5 units of monster killers. And that is what I want to talk about, really.
So, do you know what's something that just sort of came to mind, and maybe this is something that he'll talk about here in a second, but so this is like a world-class player. Sorry, my dog's trying to get out. This is a world-class player, and what this world-class player is showing us with his 3 drops and his no enhancements, right? His null pick enhancements, is that having that 5th unit of monster killers is more valuable than having artifacts or another drop. Like, he could have been like, oh no, I'm only going to take 4 units of monster killers, and I'll take a second shaman instead of the Bell Chabana, and then I'll throw in some enhancements, right? Like, he didn't do that, because that's what I would have done, right? I would have been like, the Swamp Staff and the other thing are, like, key to the army, right? But he was like, nope, I just want to fit in the 5th, I want to get that 5th unit of monster killers in, you know? It's interesting.
The nerf to the army, if anyone watched my previous video, I said that the main issue was monster killers and Bolt Boys. Monster killers are too cheap, Bolt Boys are too cheap. So they've gone up a little bit. But they took a swing at all the artifacts.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Just unnecessarily. So Bolt Boys, Bolt Boys. Cruel Boys now, they cost 80 points before you even put a unit down the table. Talking 30 points for bullies. I think it's 20 points for your tower. 10 points for your bog staff, which you're always taking. 20 points for slippery scumbag. Like, it's crazy the tax that Cruel Boys have to pay before we even get a unit on the table nowadays. When all they really had to do was nerf monster killers, and monster killer spam has always been an issue for Cruel Boys, and it's...
I totally agree that getting, like, monster killers going up is definitely like one of the ways to do it. But I do think that bullies needed some points. Like, I do think that the whole list needed to go up, not just monster killers. Bolt Boys were too cheap. That's true, probably still are. But like if Monsta Killers went to 150, I still think that the army would have been too cheap.
Even worse now than it's ever been, I think, because I've never ever spammed Monster Killers in the entire time I've played Cruel Boys, and my current list has 4 units of Monster Killers because points are so tight that Monster Killers are just so effective for their points that you're kind of forced into taking them now. I used to enjoy 2 reinforced units of Gut Rippers and stuff. I've only got 1 at the moment. I got 1 unit of reinforced Gut Rippers, 4 units of Monster Killers, just so that I can keep the board presence. And Cruel Boys play a little bit different now. They're not the big hitting army that they used to be pre-nerf. They're more of a board control army now, I think. That's why I take the multiple Monster Killers to send them all off different directions, capturing objectives and scouting force and stuff like that. So, personally, I think they should never have nerfed all of our artifacts and stuff. They should have just put the Monster Killers up more, like 150, 140, whatever. Just put the tax on them because they're the issue. My other
Like everyone's gonna run at least 1 unit of Monster Killers, probably 2. We pay 80 points now just to play. So if Monster Killers were 150, that's 80 points just to have 2 units of Monster Killers, right? That's kind of what he's saying. I think that's kind of what everybody is thinking. Like I do think maybe that you did need to put points on the tower and maybe on some of the other stuff, but what they did was ridiculous. It was overkill.
thoughts are potentially, I think it'd be a good idea to limit the amount of Warcry bands you can have in an army. So make it a maximum of 2. Make them a unique war band that you can only take 1 of, and that way you limit that Monster Killer spam.
They'll never do that. GW won't do that.
No one enjoys it. No one enjoys any kind of spam, I don't think, other than your top 0.5% of players, which will just play whatever the best units are. And this is no shade on Gavin or anyone else, you know. I'm not saying that. But realistically, most people don't want to play that, and I can't afford to play that. Like, I'm not buying 5 units. Like I said, I've got 4 in my list. None of them are GW. I've got hit bashes. I use
like man after my own heart.
I've got hard boys in there. I've got some 3D printed like monsters and animals like that make up my monster killer units. I'm not going to buying 4 units of £40. Like, never happening.
Picks.
But yeah, I just wanted to really give my thoughts on it. Really, I think it's gonna oversell Cruel Boys. Doing you up. Oh look, they won LVO. Like, oh no, they've won LVO with 1 Gavin Grieger playing them. He's phenomenal. You know, one of the best players in the world.
Players win games. Lists don't win games. Lists can change the math of who's going to win a game, right? But it's a dice game, so there's that. So, but it really comes down to player skill. Gavin could beat me with a deck of cards.
And it's Monster Killer spam, which I'll bet you army. And obviously, you know, your average player not taking that list to any tournament going first. Like, I don't know. I just think Monster Killers should be nerfed and the army left alone. Even undo a little bit of the nerf, take some of the points off. You know, put some poor bullies. Fine, that should cost points. It's so good. Although if we had better options, except that, I mean, you know, wouldn't have to take it all the time. We don't have a single other sub faction which is even worth the ink it's written with.
True.
You can't make that cost and Gut Rippers cost and the tower cost, and it's ridiculous. Anyway, let me know what you think. Is potentially making it limited the amount of Warcry bands you can have a good idea, or making them unique so you can only have 1, and something along them lines, or would improve our internal balance in the long run? See less of the spamming of monster time. My personal favourite list is when I've got 2 of them in there. I do like 2, so I'm going to make it a maximum of 2. Be a good idea.
I like 2.
Go with the potential, like, I think 40k do like a maximum of 3 units the same in an army. The only issue with that is 40k's rosters tend to be a lot deeper than ours. So if you're playing something like, I don't know, Fire
Orcs.
Slayers or whatever, where you've only got about 4 units anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, guys. Take it easy. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Catch you on the next one.
Yeah, I mean, we agree on a lot of stuff here, right? Like a lot of the stuff that we're saying, we kind of both agree on. I made a video about this just the other day, right? But yeah, definitely go check out Golden Roll Minis. He's making great content, up and comer YouTuber. Like, subscribe. Wah.